Are you one of the crazies? This call took place on November 22nd, 2022 from 7:30 to 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was recorded on Zoom. We had difficulty with the file, and I am now re-recording it and sending this out as a PDF. Here is the agenda for this evening. Purpose: provide an informative call on the insight into the market challenges and opportunities as an equine lymphatic therapist in this hidden, untapped, and niche market. We have 10 topics of discussion, so let's get started. HEAL's mission and vision statement. HEAL's mission is simply to raise awareness, educate, and empower equine practitioners about equine lymphatic disorders, specifically chronic progressive lymphedema and chronic swelling disorders. The 2023 vision statement is to train 32 equine lymphatic therapists by the year end, whether you're in the States or globe. And HEAL wants to provide research on the effectiveness and benefits equine manual lymph drainage has on chronic progressive lymphedema, chronic swelling disorders, as well as other common equine disorders. We also want to validate the positive role that equine lymphatic therapists have on the horse owners, their wellness expenses, and their horses' productivity. You can also read more about HEAL's journey and how we got started by going to www.healequine.com, HEAL's journey. So what does HEAL give you today? I'm a very big podcast listener, and one of the podcasts I listen to is Buffini and Company. And this gentleman, David McGee, is vice president of their coaching division. And he describes what he does as teaching is a transfer of knowledge, training is a transfer of skills, and mentorship is a transfer of experience. Today, HEAL is sharing their knowledge and experience. Be part of the research survey. Approximately there are 9 million horses in the United States. Fact: 100% of all horses are susceptible to acute and chronic swelling disorders due to their anatomical structure. Be part of the research survey was developed by HEAL as the first market analysis to understand the impact of chronic progressive lymphedema and chronic swelling disorders have in the equine industry. This survey has revealed that 8% of the total equine population is estimated to be impacted by chronic progressive lymphedema and chronic swelling disorders. We classify these disorders by breeds. Draft and draft crosses accounted for 54%. Large breeds, such as thoroughbreds, warm bloods, they usually do the hunter, jumper, and dressage, 38%. And the other was 8%, and the majority of those in this category were quarter horses. In the next box, you'll see a chart or a bar chart that says 78% of the swelling never goes away. Also look at the bottom left-hand corner where it says critical data. There's a little star, and that star will provide you some numerical information to help you determine the potential of your chronic progressive lymphedema and or chronic swelling disorder market. Be part of the research survey. Continued. 95% of the owners do not want to euthanize their horse. What they want is a solution. This is very good news for those equine practitioners who are looking about becoming an equine lymphatic therapist. Be part of the research continued. The initial chronic swelling disorders wellness expenses can average between $1,200 to $1,500 per year. The estimated annual chronic wellness expenses potentially can top $828 million. Estimated hospital costs conceded to the thousands. In August of this past year, 22, client has spent well over $15,000 in the last 2 years on her horse's chronic swelling disorder. And unfortunately, he eventually had to be euthanized due to colic. Chronic swelling disorders market analysis. Environmental issues definitely impact chronic swelling disorders. Heat and humidity, whether in California, Texas, or Florida, anywhere where there's heat and humidity, it makes it more difficult to breathe, which diminishes O2, which actually impacts the circulation and the lymphatic system. When you live in the northern states or in northern countries such as Scotland and the UK, the blood vessels constricts circulation and slows down lymph flow. So as you can see, environmental factors definitely have an impact on these disorders. Chronic swelling disorder market analysis continued. Facebook has recently started giving us how many visits come to the HEAL website starting in July through October. And these are just visits. So when I look at this, you'll see for October, Texas was number one. The second state was California, and then the next one was New York. What is interesting is that HEAL's B part of the research has validated this. The majority of the top 5 states where we receive inquiries or answers to the survey come from California, New York, Texas, Florida, and Pennsylvania. And it doesn't matter what state is number 1, what state is number 2. They've been consistent. So this is a living document based on the number of visits to the HEAL website from month to month. So make sure you understand how many horses in your state and in your local area. If you don't know, contact your local extension center or state for this information. Chronic swelling disorder market analysis. The top Texas cities to visit HEAL from July to October 2022 is the following. Houston, 40%, Dallas and Fort Worth for a total of 38%. So this is where the majority of the visits are coming from. As you can see, it is very, very active in that Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth area. So Texas is definitely a place that's, if you're living there as an equine practitioner, you certainly may want to do some homework, check in your numbers, and see if you'd be interested in becoming a part of this hidden, untapped niche market in the chronic swelling disorder arena, because I believe there's work there for us. Chronic swelling disorder market analysis. The top California cities to visit HEAL from July to October 22. Los Angeles took the majority. That was 65%. Simone, October 26, 22. Finding someone who does lymphatic work as a specialty here in Los Angeles has been a challenge. Elizabeth, October 31st, 22. I have a horse with lymphangitis in the hind left leg. I'm interested in finding out more about manual lymph drainage and was wondering if you can give me a reference to a therapist in Southern California. The sad part was I had to email these ladies and tell them we did not, or we currently do not have a therapist in your area. I do believe that California, this Los Angeles area, is certainly a very, very hot market. So anyone who's considering becoming an equine lymphatic therapist, I think you can potentially do very well. Chronic swelling disorder market analysis continued. New York State was the third, and it's New York City where we get most of the visits from. And this is probably, and I'm going to take an educated guess, mostly the larger breeds, such as the warm bloods, the thoroughbloods, because they do a lot of hunter jumper and dressage in the New York metropolitan area. So there's a potential market here as well. Chronic swelling disorder market analysis. Florida is the fourth state that we get a lot of visits from. And here are the cities. Miami, 43%, Jacksonville, 24%, Hialeah, I think it's outside of Miami. So this is also an area that has tremendous amount of potential for an equine lymphatic therapist. Chronic swelling disorder market analysis. The next state and the fifth state is Pennsylvania. And this has been predominantly, the visits to the HEAL website are coming from Philadelphia. It's very similar to New York. Philadelphia area is most likely going to be hunter jumper and dressage type horses, the larger breeds. So here's a potential market as well. The global impact inquiries for chronic progressive lymphedema. We just recently, in early November, received an email in the UK, and this particular owner is struggling with chronic progressive lymphedema, as you could read the email here. We also got a request from the Highlands of Scotland. Can you recommend anyone that carries out lymphatic drainage in Scotland? France, we got at the end of October. I'm looking for training. So we have, it impacts the globe too. And you know what? There aren't that many equine lymphatic practitioners in these areas either. So those people who live in this area certainly have a potential. We are very proud to announce that in 2022, Heal One Global, with the 2-day manual lymph drainage in-class session, it was our first international, and we had Lisa from Canada and Mel from Australia. So this was quite an event, and we're quite proud of this. So we're beginning to make an impact into the market. So we're so proud of this. And I just hope you consider becoming an equine lymphatic therapist, whether it's in the States or anywhere in the country. You can bring it back to your country and make a difference too. Well, how do I know if there's a market in my area? I want you to be a planner. Regardless of where you live, there will be horses who have lymphatic issues and chronic swelling disorders. There's enough data in this presentation to help you calculate your potential market in your area. Use this critical data symbol with the star to do your calculations. And who is this curriculum for now? This is for equine professionals and the top characteristics you should have to become a successful equine lymphatic therapist. 1, have integrity. 2, be a self-starter. 3, be self-disciplined. 4, be self-motivated. 5, be accountable. 6, be a planner. 7, be a team player. 8, be committed to start your journey today. And 9, be able to follow through. And 10, be coachable. Dave McGee states, if you're coachable, you'll have 100% success. And I want to put a ding in the universe. So how do I get started? You're going to go to www.healequine.com Lymphatic Curriculum. And there are 4 courses to the basic professional. Introduction to Connective Tissue and the Equine Lymph System is a 3-hour webinar. The Grooming and Lymphatic Balance are both online. And the last one is an in-class, in-person session called The Fundamentals of Manual Lymph Drainage, and it's a 2-day class. So how do I get started? Simply, you start at the beginning with the Introduction to Connective Tissue and the Equine Lymph System 3-hour webinar. Every practitioner needs to know the basic fundamentals of equine lymphatics and how it impacts not only chronic swelling disorders, but also common equine disorders such as laminitis, founder, abscesses, tendinitis, and much more. Register today at www.healequine.com class schedule. Join the HEAL team for 2023 and be one of the first 32 equine lymphatic therapists for the professional level for this coming year. Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people. Steve Jobs. Go to www.healequine.com/resources/heal lymphatic curriculum planner and get started on your journey today. If Heal enlightened you today, please pass it on. A Chinese proverb: when someone shares something of value with you and you benefit from it, you have a moral obligation to share it with others. With thanks and gratitude, Heal.